Okay, so first, nope, not how it works. I've chosen to not get mad at this post for 2 reasons. 1, I'm trying to live a long, healthy life, so it's just not worth my worry. And 2, I'm going to do something that nobody does on the internet anymore, and I'm going to assume that your heart is in the right place and that you just don't know better. So this is not true, and here's why. Just because you are burning fat as a fuel source does not mean that you are losing fat off of your body. Let me explain. Yes, the fat burning zone exists, but it does not matter when it comes to fat loss. Fats take longer to break down than carbs, so they're used at lower intensities because that's what's efficient at that intensity. As you ramp up the intensity and you do higher intensity cardio, carbs become the energy source, and you use that because it's more efficient at that exercise intensity. Wild analogy incoming. If any of you have seen the I Love Lucy episode where her and Ethel are working in the chocolate factory and they have to package the chocolates as they come on a conveyor belt, Drake and Josh did a similar episode. It was a parody episode with sushi, and they were doing the same thing, packaging sushi off a conveyor belt. In this scene, it starts off slow and they're like, yeah, I could do this. This is gonna be easy. The supervisor comes in and says, you guys are doing a great job, speed it up, and they start to lose control, and then it's comedy from there. In this wild analogy, our sushi and chocolate being packaged off the conveyor belt is calories being burnt. The speed of the conveyor belt is the exercise intensity. You following me? The conveyor belt moving slowly is low intensity exercise, so fat is the main source of energy being used. As it's speeding up, that exercise intensity increasing, our carbohydrates are now the main source of energy being used. In both situations, chocolate and sushi are still being packaged. Calories are still being burnt. You can do whatever form of exercise you want, whether it's the bike, row, run, whatever. You're going to burn calories. It's preference. Aside from special cases, all it comes down to is consistency in those movements while being in a calorie deficit. Calorie deficit meaning you take in less calories than you expend, and that will result in body fat loss. Another big factor that comes into play is your sleep. I've said this a million times. Sleep is arguably the most important thing for your success. If you are sleep deprived, your hunger hormone, ghrelin, is increased, so you feel more hungry. When you're sleep deprived, your satiety or fullness hormone, leptin, is decreased. Leptin is the hormone that's responsible for signaling your brain that you have enough stored energy from the food you ate and you begin to feel full. When leptin levels are low, you feel less full. In short, this lack of sleep causes you to overeat without the feeling of overeating. You're not feeling satisfied, but you're always hungry. Again, making it hard to stay within a calorie deficit and actually see body fat loss. As coaches in the fitness industry, it's our responsibility to help clients reach their goals, but it's also our responsibility to educate and inform clients. This way they can learn from what we're doing and they don't have false information that's going to make them confused.